Hi, very good evening to all. My name is Bhavana and our subject is Business Economics. This is for BBA first years in first semester. Up to now we discuss what is the law of supply function and what are the determinants of supply. Now we are continuing our lecture. What is the law of supply? Law of supply. In this lecture we discuss law of supply, what are the assumptions of the law of supply, and also what are the exceptions to the law of supply. Let's see here. Law of supply. We know that in demand there is an inverse relationship, but in supply there is a direct relationship between the price and the supply. The direct relationship between the price of the commodity and supply is stated in the form of law is called law of supply. What is law of supply? It states about the relationship between the price and its supply. If the price increases, the supply also increases. If the price decreases, the supply also decreases. The direct relationship between the price of a commodity and its supply is stated in the form of law is called, we can say, there is a relationship between the law, there is a relationship between the price and its supply. So we can determine it as law of supply. The law of supply states that other things remain unchanged. It states that other things remain unchanged. Up to now we discuss what are the other things. The supply of a commodity expands. The supply is increases with a rise in price, and contrasts means decreases with a fall in price. The supply of a commodity expands. Expands means it is an expansion, increases with a rise in price, and contrast with a fall in price. The market supply curve is a diagrammatic representation of law of supply. In this previous lecture, we discussed how can determine the market supply in diagrammatic representation. Already we seen here. If you have anyone not watched this video, go on to watch. There is an individual market supply curve and individual supply curve and market supply curve. Markets, what is individual means? Considered only one supplier, but in market supply we consider more than one supplier. So go on watch this video. The market supply curve is a diagrammatic representation of, in law of supply you can diagrammatically represent it in market supply. Law of supply states that relationship between the price and supply of commodity. What stated? It states that the relationship between the price and its supply. Price of a commodity affects its supply. Definitely the prices will affect its supply. When the prices increases, then the producer enjoy more profits, then he can produce more goods. When the prices decreases, the producer may not able to produce, then the supply automatically gets decreased. The direct relationship between the price of a commodity and the supply is stated in form of law called, we can say it is a law of supply. The law of supply states that other things remain changed. It states that other thing remains unchanged. What are the other things? The factors of the other commodity prices unchanged, and the factors of production are unchanged. There is no change in technology. These are all the other factors. The supply of a commodity expands. If the supply expands when there is a rise in price, means if there is an increase in price, we can increase our supply. Where there is a decrease in price, we can decrease the supply. The market supply curve is a diagrammatic representation of law of supply. What here I will show what is the. This is the market supply curve. Law of supply states that relationship between the price and supply of a commodity. Law of supply states there is what is the relationship between the price and its supply. Price of a commodity affects it. Definitely the prices affects its supply. Let's see here. This is our demand curve. How it affects, let's see. In x-axis we take the quantity. In y-axis we take the price. Here the quantity 100, 120, 140, 160 and 180. Here the price is 100. And the quantity 100. If the price is 200 and we produced 120 quantity. When the price is 300, we produce 140 quantity. When the price is 400, we produce 180. So we can see there is a supply. The supply is increases for increasing the price, and also the quantity also increases. I hope you understand this diagram. Let's see here. In this x-axis quantity, in this y-axis price. Quantity 100, 120, 140, 160 and 180. Here the price is 100, 200, 300 and 400. In the 100, the quantity were produced only 100 and the price is increased from 100 to 200. The quantity is increased from 100 to 120. Here the price is increased from 200 to 300 and the quantity are increased from 120 to 140. Here the price is increased from 300 to 400. The quantity is increased from 140 to 180. So let's see here. This is the supply curve. I mentioned S means this is the supply. This is the supply. So the supply is increased like that. The supply is increased while increasing the price. I hope you understand. There is a direct relationship between the supply and its prices. We can say it is a law of supply. But in this law of supply, there are the assumptions. Let's see here. What are the assumptions? Assumptions underlying the law of supply. What are the assumptions? Cost of production is unchanged. We already mentioned what is the cost of production. While we are producing one good, the cost of production of the particular good is 100 rupees. So the cost of production cost does not be changed. It is one of the assumption. And next, no change in technique of production. There is no change in while producing our goods. There is no change in technique of production. Next, fixed scale of production. Fixed scale means we have to produce this units only. We have to produce 1000, so we have to produce 1000 units only. So it is also one of the assumption. While the law of supply applies only in case of these factors we considered only, then the law of supply will apply. Government policies are unchanged. Why you can say government policies means, suppose we are producing a good, we are importing some raw materials. If there is any fluctuation in the raw materials, then the cost of production is increased, then the supply also changes. So this is also one of the assumption. While we are producing the particular good, in that case the government policies are unchanged. We are unable to change the government policies. And no change in the transportation cost. Unable to change in the transportation cost. And next, no speculation. What is the speculation means? Like gambling, horses. We can say these type of business comes under speculation. So in supply, there is no speculation. Means we are unable to produce these type of business. We are unable to these type of business like lottery business, gambling. So there is no speculation. And next, prices of other held constant means prices of other goods. We know that we already seen example in this previous lecture, that is bread and cheese. For there is any change of other good also, the supply will changes. So here we assume that prices of other goods held constant. There is no change in the prices of other goods. These are all the assumptions. Why the law of supply is applied only in case we assume all these factors, then only the law of supply can apply. What are the assumptions? Cost of production is unchanged. The cost of particular production is unchanged. And no change in techniques of production. There is no change in techniques of production. Fixed scale of production. There is a fixed scale of production. And government policies are unchanged. There is no change in government policies. And no change in transportation cost. We are not changing transportation mode. And also there is no change in transportation cost. And there is no speculation. Speculation means lotteries, horse riding, horse races. We can say these are all speculation. So there is no speculation. And prices of other goods held constant. The prices of other goods also held constant. These are the assumptions to the law of supply. And we can discuss what are the exceptions. In this law of supply, some are exceptions. In these cases, the law of supply does not apply. The law does not apply in these cases. What are the cases? Let's see here. Supply of labor. If we take the supply of labor as a high wage, for example, while we are producing some goods, in that particular goods, the supply of labor is very high. For example, we are giving one person to 300 per day in normal cases, but in this production we are paying some 500. So in this type of wages does not comes under. These are the exception cases to the law of supply. If we take supply of labor are very at high wage, we find that supply of labor had decreased instead of increasing. So we are unable to appoint more labor. So we have to appoint only less laborers. So in this case does not comes under. These are the exceptions. Means in this case the law of supply does not apply. If we take supply of labor at very high wage, normally we pay 300 but we are paying 500. In this case the law of supply does not apply. Next, agriculture products. Since production of agriculture products cannot be increased beyond a certain limit, we are unable to increase the agriculture products a certain limit to supply cannot be increased beyond this limit even on an increase in their price. If there is any increase in prices also, the agriculture products we are unable to increase. For example, we have to produce in 1 acre only 100 kgs of rice. We are unable to increase the supply. If there is any increase in prices also, we are unable to increase. In 1 acre only we have to produce 100 kgs. So in this case also the law of supply does not apply. Increase in labor and in agriculture products, for example, in 1 acre. In 1 acre, I am producing 100 kgs of wheat. If there is increase in price of wheat, I am unable to produce, because increase in price, you have to produce more supply, more goods. But in 1 acre of land, I am unable to produce more than 100 kgs. So, in this case, the law of supply does not apply. And next, artistic goods. What are the artistic? Artistic means it is a creative skills. Like drawing, painting, etc. In these types of goods, artistic goods, supply of artistic goods cannot be increased or decreased. Like for example, there is a Mona Lisa painting. We have to purchase if there is increase in price or decrease in price. So for that creativity skills, for the type of articles like decorative items, for the luxurious items like creative skills like drawings and paintings. Example, Mona Lisa. You can easily understand. Mona Lisa, example, Mona Lisa painting. So these kind of goods, the law of supply does not apply, because if there is an increase or decrease, there is no change in the supply. So in the artistic goods also the law of supply does not apply. Next, goods of auction. Supply of goods of auction is limited, as such can be neither be increased. Auction goods means like we want money, then we can give our assets to one person and we take money. We have to pay interest. We have to pay interest. So we are unable to pay the interest. So the particular person, he sells the goods. We know, I think you are all listen the word like Velam Pata. We are unable to pay the money. Then the particular person will sell our asset to other parties. So we can say this is an action. I will explain Telugu. In Velam Pata, for example, you take money for 1 lakh. We are unable to pay the money to the particular person. We give asset for the security purpose, suppose a land. So the particular person want money, so he want to sell his land. He conduct an auction like Velam Pata. He asks the person who want to take it for this amount. So any interested person can take. So in that case also the law of supply does not apply. I hope these are all the exceptions. What are the exceptions? In case of there is an supply of labor, if there is, we pay high pays to the high pay to particular labor. In this case also the supply does not apply. And in case of agriculture products, if there is an increase in price also, we are unable to produce more than in particular area. So already we say example, in 1 acre we are producing 100 kgs of wheat. If the wheat price increases, I am unable to produce in 1 acre more than 100 kgs. So in this case also the law of supply does not apply. And in artistic goods means it is an like creativity skills like drawing, painting, etc. For example, there is a Mona Lisa painting. Is one person is selling this Mona Lisa painting. If there is an increase in price or decrease in price, there is no effect in the supply. So we are unable to value about the creativity skills. So in this case also the law of supply does not apply. In goods of action, like we are giving some asset as a security for the payment of money, we are unable to pay the money though the particular person is selling our asset through auction. Auction means Velam Pata. So in this case also the law of supply does not apply. These are the exceptions to the law of supply. We discuss What is the law of supply? It is the relationship between the price and its supply. So if the price increases, the supply of the particular the quantity increases, and then the supply also increases. There are some assumptions. We know that cost of production unchanged, no change in technique of production, fixed, there is a fixed scale of production, government policies are unchanged, there is no change in government policy, and no change in transferable cost, and no speculation, price of other goods are also constant. These are the assumptions, and there are some exceptions. When the supply of labor, in case of we have to pay high wage, then this type of labor as not comes under the law of supply. And agriculture products, this is also one of the exception case. And artistic goods and goods of auction, these are all the exceptions to the law of supply. I hope you understand this today's lecture. Today we discuss what is the demand function, what are the determinants of demand, and what is the law of demand, exceptions and assumptions. I hope you understand this lecture. If you have any doubt regarding this lecture, please let me know. I definitely clarify your doubts, because not only today's lecture, up to now you have any doubt, you are unable to understand any particular concept, let me know. I definitely clarify. You can text me and I definitely give you reply. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Keep smiling. Bye.